welcome to EBA tonight. It's your boy Ice the Man. I'm here tonight, as always, with my wonderful co-host, the Commish. Texas James
What's
Smith.
good? Always
Texas
here,
James
week in,
Smith.
week out.
Nice to have you back. Also, we have a returning guest. First time ever we've done a returning guest this season. We have Woody. Woody, how you doing tonight?
What's going on? Good, bro. How you doing?
Doing great. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We have the first ever EBA fake awards. We're going to go over those in a little bit, but first we have to talk news. First, I want to apologize to everybody. With the day after Thanksgiving, I've been running around. We're about 28 minutes behind schedule. I said around 10. I didn't think it would be this late, so this is all my fault. I can blame Texas James Smith, though, because he gets blamed for everything. So, Texas, did you have a good Thanksgiving? Tell me. Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Texas?
I did. I kind of took the cheap way out, though. Took my family to Golden Corral. We chowed down for a good hour and a half, watched the football. So, did our thing. And Dallas won, so, obviously it was a good Thanksgiving.
Woody, now tell me, did you Black Friday shop today? Did you go out and pick up some deals for me?
Bro, I worked the entire day, 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening, so I haven't got to do my shopping yet. My shopping is Cyber Sunday, man, where you get the deals.
Is that what it's, Cyber Monday? I actually been emailed every minute by Dell. They're like, new Blockbuster deals, new Blockbuster. I bought like a computer a while back from them, and they just did not stop emailing me. But let's jump right into the show here. We're going to start off talking, of course, we have to start off talking playoffs. We cannot not start off talking playoffs. So the EBA playoffs, very excited about the playoffs. We're going to talk each team that made it, the teams that didn't make it, and who I thought were going to make it. Of course, don't listen to me. The I'm full of crap award this year goes to Ice the Man, because he completely misjudged who was going to make it or who wasn't. And I thought a few teams were going to pull it off. But let's look at currently who's in the playoffs here. We have the playoffs. Portland got a first seed in the west side. Golden State got the second seed. Houston Rockets got the third seed in the west. Over on the east, the Minnesota Timberwolves got the first seed. The Cleveland Cavaliers got the second seed, and the Detroit Pistons ended up pulling out the third seed. Now, tell me, Texas, was there any huge upsets, or this is how you think it was supposed to play out the whole time?
Well, despite the whole Cleveland thing and Golden State, so obviously nobody expected them to finish first after that happened. So I assume this is what everybody figured that would play out.
I mean, there's a few teams that fell off that I didn't think would fall off. I thought New York had a strong start, but we all know what happened over there. I was surprised at the sudden comeback from the Toronto Raptors. I honestly thought they would pull it off. And realistically, they were only like 3 games from not pulling it off. Because I think they had the head-to-head score with Detroit if they would have beat them a few more times throughout the season. So, I mean, they were 3-4 games of not pulling it off. In the West, me going to the Clippers, I thought we could maybe push up and pull the Houston down, but Houston, I mean, they had a rough schedule this week, and we just got slapped left and right, and they ended up being way out of position. I mean, to be surprised that the Toronto Raptors had a better shot of making the playoffs than the Los Angeles Clippers. Woody, what do you think about that?
I don't know, man. This season was crazy. You look at the start, and so many teams started out so well, I mean, obviously I was on the next team. We had a pretty good start to the week, and, a lot of other teams started well. And then you look at teams like the Warriors. Warriors started out great, too. You were looking at the Warriors like, oh my goodness, and then a lot of teams, they started dropping off, and things just changed so much during the season. So much happens during the season. That's why at the beginning of the season you can look at owners and say, oh, this dude's good, this dude's bad, but you never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, the Golden State Warriors are only 3 games out of first place in the West. Go ahead.
Did New York even win a game without you, Woody, when you weren't there? Did they even get one win when you weren't there?
Yeah, I honestly,
they got 9
know.
wins total.
Yeah,
they got 9 wins
total.
total. So
I know. So
it's like right there, right around the time you left, man. I mean, that's close. You might want to look into that one.
So the people watching from the sidelines will be the Toronto Raptors, New York Knicks, Houston, the Los Angeles Clippers, and San Antonio Spurs, which we kind of felt the San Antonio Spurs were. I mean, to look at this, it's surprising to me personally that the Clippers were further away from making a playoff than the Raptors, with the Raptors such a bad start. You can rewind the season and go, well, this happened, that happened, and this happened. And if those things wouldn't have happened, Toronto had a really nice squad. I think they went 4-0 with the line that last week. They had a really good shot at tanking it. The Clippers just showing up didn't help. I mean, showed up and get slapped. We got slapped by Golden State. Trying to throw a line together and play with these guys that, have been playing together for a while and being able to compete was really difficult. I played like absolute trash on JJ Redick. I don't even need to ever play him ever again in my life. But looking at this, you got Golden State versus Houston Rockets. We'll start with the West. Portland gets a bye, waiting for him in the finals there to to go on for a chance at the Larry O'Brien EBA award. Golden State, Houston. Who do you have? We'll start with Woody, and in how many games?
I'm gonna have to go with Golden State in 5, man. It's the Warriors. You just can't, you can't really say anything that's not said. I mean, this is the best team in 2K history, and now you have a person who actually has an idea of what they're doing. Is a decent player in Crow, and he's got all his little BFFs and whatever. So I think no matter how good Revolves is, no matter how good Doumbia and Young Shot are, they're just not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to take on that team, man. The Warriors are just too good. I'm calling it in 5.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. I might even say 4 with Golden State. It's just, I mean, they might be able to pull a game, maybe even 2 games and push it to game 6. But, man, Golden State is so difficult to play against. What do you got over there? You being Portland Trailblazers, getting a bye into the finals, Texas. So you're kind of sitting there. Who do you guys preparing to face?
Well, we're preparing to face Golden State, but we want the Rockets, obviously, as any person would. No, I want to play Golden State, but we're ready for Golden State, man. And we're rooting for Houston, but when Golden State comes to Portland, it's gonna be a battle, and we're well prepared to give it to them. So we'll see what happens, but I think Golden State in 4 for sure over the Rockets.
Well, the story is this year, you can't give a better gift for Christmas than what was given to Crow and the Golden State Warriors. To take a team that early in the season and be able to, and I say that early, it was just a couple weeks, but still be able to make the trades necessary. People and other owners gifting him those trades of guys he wanted, and him get his team heading into the playoffs hot and ready. He has the best shot ever, I would say, in the history of EBA to actually finally, even though he's broken, I would say, from previous EBAs and VBA seasons. He's never won. Does he finally gather that lost award? I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's definitely going to happen in the West? Or I guess we could talk more about it next week. But what do you say? What do you think he finally hoists the trophy?
No, just no.
Something's going to happen. He's jinxed, huh?
I don't think he's beating the Trailblazers. I think the Trailblazers still have too much talent. No matter how the thing about it is, Crow gets the same people every season, and the same thing happens every single season. When it comes to the playoffs, they don't close like they should. I can tell you this from personal experience because I've been on a team that's beat them in the playoffs, so I can tell you they don't close. So whether if there's somehow they do get past the Trailblazers, they are not beating the Wolves. Period. That's not happening. The Wolves have too much talent for them to even come close. Because Crow, I mean, really, his squad still doesn't have that much talent. They just have the Warriors. So, average talent with a great team, it balances out. But then they will not beat the Timberwolves, and I don't think they'll beat the Blazers.
So, Texas, we go back a couple seasons. Let's rewind in our brain. Game 7, Crow sets himself. They lose. Don't get the chance to take away the trophy. I know he was beating himself in the head over that for many. I mean, I would say that was part of the reasons why he probably walked away from the EBA for a little while, other than the fact that the last season he didn't really want to play All-Stars or whatever. Do you think that's still ringing in his head? Do you think if there's a Game 7, even with Houston or with Portland, he's going to be there?
Knowing Crow, and Crow's a competitor, man. Anytime the game's on the line, he's one of those guys that wants to be in that game, and if he has any say in it, he will be in that game. So, do I think what happened before would affect him? No, I don't think it'll make him even hesitate for 1 second to not put himself in that game, because he knows, and he's been with the same group of guys long enough to know that he's the best they have right now. So, if it's a Game 7, he'll be there. for sure. And what happened before won't make him hesitate for 1 second.
Now heading over to the East, we have Minnesota Timberwolves with the number 1 seed, well deserved, 34-6 this year, the best record in the EBA. They had one line almost go undefeated. Quick note: the only team to beat the undefeated line was the Golden State Warriors last week. So their undefeated line actually has one loss in it. They have a asterisk by it where it says Golden State Warriors, but they're getting a bye. They're waiting in the East. Who do you think they're waiting for? Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons. Who has that game? I'll start with you, Texas.
Honestly, I don't think they care. I don't think they care who shows up, and I don't think it matters. But on just for the fact, just to pick a team who I think is gonna win out of those two, I'm gonna go with Detroit, man. And I'm going back to this, and the reason why, I know some people might think that's upset because the Cavs are second or third best team in the league. I mean, on 2K, I'm sorry, but Detroit, man, they're just ferocious down low, man, and it's gonna be hard for LeBron James to get down there with those guys because as big as he is and at the position he's playing, it's gonna be difficult, man, because the Pistons are fierce down low, and it's just gonna be rough, man. But
how many games do you
honestly,
got Detroit beating them in?
Let's go with 6. Let's go with Detroit in 6.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna happen on the Big's back. I mean, it's gonna have to be on Drummond. I mean, to stop LeBron and just solid defense around the perimeter. But I think that's who's gonna come out against them, because Realist and them haven't played any competition this season. They've been bum hunting. Strategically bum hunting. Let me change that up just a little bit. Okay.
Oh, he did send me a message and tell me to tell you that he wasn't bum hunting in the final week. That he went at his and his line went at every single top team that they could find or that was on their schedule, and they beat him. So I just wanted to share that with you.
They're doing that, trying to prepare for playoffs, because they know that they bum hunted in the past. So they're like, well, we better play a couple of good teams. That way, we're just not expecting to go in there and play some trash. So that's why they did that, and that's easy to see. But I think Detroit's taking it in 6.
Well, speaking of bum hunting, I'm going just to the West a little bit. I was so surprised when I was playing on the Clippers for the first game, and I had to fill in for CW because he refused to play against the Golden State Warriors because he couldn't put up numbers. That's what they were telling me while I was in the party, and I was like, what? Really? So that surprised me that that people are bum hunt, because I'm like, I don't care who I go against, when I go against him. I can take an ass whooping like a man. I can give one as well. I've won a few games this season.
And that's why you are an all-star, baby.
Well,
that's why you're an all-star.
I think I'm an all-star because I show up. I think that's kind of like a participation award.
Exactly.
But,
that's what I'm saying, though. You don't care. You're there, and that's why you're an all-star, right? Is that the same thing?
No,
that's the same thing.
That's not
participation,
the same thing.
Not scared. Okay, well, good for you anyway. Good for you, bro.
But anyway, going to Woody. This is your team, Cleveland. Of course, you're picking them. How many games are you guys going to beat the Detroit Pistons?
I say 5. I mean, honestly, I understand where James is coming from completely. I can't say I disagree, because he has some strong points, and everybody's always entitled to an opinion. But I knew from the start that as soon as they took Reggie Jackson out the game, I knew the Pistons were going to be weak. I knew they were going to be weak, and they have to rely on their bigs. And we've played them, and I've played them so many times, and that it's just like it's you know what they're going to do. And obviously the cheese is going to happen. Drummond's going to get us posterizers. You don't really have to work for it, honestly, with the dude. I mean, he's just that. But I don't think that they're strong enough, as a team, as a 2K team, and as an actual user team. I mean, you look at it, oh, wow, you see 2-3 people who, could do something, but they don't have much talent. I don't see them doing much, I mean, we're going to spread the floor out, we're going to keep it open, we're going to play defense, we're going to play honest defense. So I say 5. I mean, that's just what it is.
Can I step in for just a second here?
Go ahead.
To be honest, I completely forgot you were on the Cavaliers, bro. Sitting here talking. All
right, so give us the win then, please.
That doesn't change nothing. Well, I'm just saying that I completely forgot you was on the Cavs, bro. I'm over here talking like it's just me and Ice, and I completely forgot you was on the Cavaliers. But Still take Pistons in 6.
Now he
Move
can't
on,
he
Ryan.
can't
Go
give us a
ahead.
win now because he would look bad if he
Yeah,
did that.
he can't
But in his
reverse
mind,
that.
he's
Absolutely.
like,
Absolutely.
I'm
he's
gonna
like,
go
yeah,
on.
Woody's putting up 30 a game. So
It wouldn't change anyway, though. It wouldn't change anyway, though.
I'm gonna
I mean,
go on the line and say
just because
Cleveland.
LeBron can't.
I mean, I got Cleveland in 4 or 5. I doubt it would go to 6, but it might because they put in money and so forth, and he can actually support enough. LJ is playing really good at the 2. I know he lit me up. We were playing zone, but I still got lit up by the 2. He's got his shot down. So I just don't think that Detroit has the talent on the 2K rosters. First of all, just comparable, and then you go in to compare the actual player rosters. And yeah, they've got decent players, but I don't think their players can out. I mean, I see this give the power to Pistons or whatever all over the place. They're going to need some power this season, in this playoffs, in order to whoop on Cleveland because as Toronto, we were beating them before I left Toronto. We were every time we went up against them, we went up 2 or 3 times. We beat them. We beat New York 2 or 3 times. Of course, New York was on the downfall, but we beat New York before they started retiring. And we weren't a good team. I mean, we were okay, but we weren't a good team. That was before the patch. So, I mean, I'm telling you, I just don't think Detroit Pistons has the talent. Even with the one big player, I think there's too many superstars on Cleveland to on and off the 2K roster, on the regular EBA roster and the 2K roster. But I'm going to take Cleveland as well. And then, just kind of for shits and giggles, I'm going to pick my overall winner. And I think Golden State's going to go all the way to the playoffs or to the finals, and I think it's going to be Minnesota and Golden State in the finals. That's just my personal opinion. I just think Golden State's just so difficult to beat, even though Mike Mann and Fig and those guys are beasts over there in Portland. I just don't. I feel like the Golden State Warriors just have so much talent as a 2K roster that it's just. I know the whole time I'm playing them, I feel like the game is cheating me. Like every time I'm playing them,
It's definitely going to be tough. I mean, it's definitely going to be tough to beat those guys. And I'm not as much afraid of F. Carroll. I mean, whatever. He's nothing new. He's been around. He's been here for a long time. Now for Bebe Irvin, whatever. Who the hell is that guy? I mean, then you look at Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green. You know what I mean? Klay Thompson. And then you're like, oh shit, like that makes you like, damn, that's gonna be a tough game.
Well, they're starting to figure it out.
They're not scary, right? Absolutely, the users aren't scary, but the team itself is absolutely ferocious.
I mean, they're starting to figure it out. I go into that game, I'm thinking, okay, there's 1 or 2 guys I need to stop on Portland. In Golden State, there's 4 guys easy that it's going to be difficult to slow down. And which one you don't shut down, the other one hurts you. And even Crow has been bouncing around, so he's probably not up for any major All-Stars or anything, but he's been bouncing around different players, getting his team to where they need to be. I think he has the best opportunity, and I'm not dick riding here, best opportunity to win it all. That team is, if you agree with Realist, that team is broken. That team is broken.
Especially with the seasons, the teams you've been on in the past. I mean, anybody, whatever team they've been on in the past, doesn't matter. The Golden State Warriors are the best team 2K has ever put on the floor. So that's gonna have to be something that you look into, and we're gonna let the communities see if they're in next season or not. But that's something that they're definitely a threat, and they're here right now. So people look out.
Yeah, moving on here. Let's jump on. We are doing something new. We're going to talk awards here in a minute, but we're going to do the EBA Tonight Wrong Awards. And this is where we give the wrong awards away.
No.
And this is like a new segment that we're going to do, the Wrong Awards EBA style. And we're going to give the first award away right now. The Donald Sterling Award for the Lifetime Racist Achievement Award goes to our own owner, Trainer from the Detroit Pistons. Tell me, Woody, I don't know why. Realist was on my mind because I was thinking about him there for a minute, talking about kicking out the Golden State Warriors. But back to this Donald Sterling Award, the Racist Owner Award goes to Trainer. Do you agree or disagree with that award?
I mean, it's hard not to agree. It's Trainer, so I mean, Trainer, he speaks for himself. Everybody knows Trainer. Everybody knows who he is. So I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Well, we had people this year coming to the commission asking to get off the team because of the racial comments back and forth. I heard that a lot of it came from E-Money, trolling other guys. But I mean, the commish Tex, he deserved the Donald Sterling Award.
The thing that scares me the most about this is he's gonna wear this damn award like a badge of honor, bruh. And it's scary, man. That this man is gonna be happy that he won this damn that he won this damn award. But is that the man it should go to? Absolutely. There's nobody else to dispute that with. That's definitely the guy.
I'm pretty sure we got recordings where he definitely deserves this. Now, keep in mind, none of these awards will go in your. I know you're upset, but none of these awards will go on. This is strictly EBA Tonight staff voted. We are not putting these awards on your thing because we do not. These are just joke awards. The next one is most likely to sneak it up on the court. And this is a Golden Plunger Award. It says you stink. It's given away to Cuban on Xbox for his wonderful performance on the court with some of the best players to ever touch the court. And is one of them's on your team. Did you ever get a chance to play with a Cuban there, Woody?
Thank God I didn't.
So you saying he deserves this award?
Bro, he deserves the award. The award should be named after him. It should just be Cuban on Xbox shitty award. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've never seen anything like it in my life, bro, ever. And I can't get over it, how bad you could possibly be. So it's mind-boggling.
If anybody watched me play a JJ Redick the last couple of games, the first two games, I might take this award from him. I was runner-up, I'm sure. But Texas, can you think of anybody else that the You Stink award should go to other than Cuban?
No, after seeing his numbers after the first week on LeBron James, this award has his name on it from week one, bro. There was no taking it from him at that point. It's been there. I mean, there was no getting out of it, and that's why. I mean, he got sent down in waivers when people needed people, and still didn't get claimed. After playing on LeBron, bro, like, come on, man.
My question is, can I give an off the court award for this?
What's that?
For this award. I mean, we got Cuban on Xbox shitty award. But I need a Jay Snyder shitty award.
Oh yeah, the worst owner should definitely go to. I actually don't have an award with him, but he should definitely get the worst owner award.
I need to give an off the court Golden Plunger award for this man A ruining my season, and B just fucking ruining the next season as a whole.
Yeah, if we had the You Fucked Your Team the Worst award, it would definitely go to Jay Snyder. But we didn't have time to create one of those awards, but I agree 100%. The next award is the King of Drama award. It's most likely to be a Drama King award. Voted on by EBA Tonight staff is I'm robbing the bank for that crying drama king trying to create on it with something about a salty vagina on the forums. Texas, you agree that he owns this award, the King of Drama?
I agree, man. Whenever you take your crying ass to the forums and whine and cry about just everything and trying to stir up everything, this award is for you. And I'm robbing the bank deserves it with an exclamation point.
Yeah, I mean, Woody, he was on the forums, and I think actually Mags changed it to I got some sand in my vagina because he's something about this is the worst league ever, and then he ends up quitting or something. When he went over to New York, what do you think he deserves this award?
That shit was insane. I got home one day from work, and I got on the website because I've been on the website a few days, and I see these posts, and I mean, this dude had like 3 or 4 posts, and it just kept going. I read one, then I read another, and he just kept talking about it, and I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Like honestly, like this is the reason, bro. Like this is the reason that nobody picked this nigga up before. Like people, because he'd always come around. Oh, I'm mob victim. Oh, I'm directed or some shit and all this other shit, and he would always tell you who he was, and then that's why people didn't pick him up because he's always been a drama king ever since the VFL. He's always been this way. So honestly, I mean, this is no surprise. You guys should know that.
Moving on to the next award, the most likely to go bananas award, to lose his shit. And we gave it to Crow because he's the most likely, if he does not win the trophy this year, I think he is most likely to lose his shit, to go bananas. I already heard rumors that his guys play with him because they put up with his shit on the court where he gets mad and gets frustrated, yells at him a little bit. But I've never played with him, so I can't back this award up, although I can back it up on the simple fact that if he doesn't win this year, he is most likely to lose his shit. He's most likely to go bananas. Would you agree with that, Woody?
Oh yeah, 200%. I can tell you, I've played like the game with this dude, never played with him again. Because I mean, this dude, and this is why he picks up all his friends. To be 100% honest, it's because he needs a system to where this dude could literally have, Mute. Like he could have the Clippers and play Mute, and he would still need 20 shots a game. It doesn't matter. Like this dude loses his shit on a daily basis. If everything doesn't revolve around him. So if this dude doesn't win a championship, he might actually like lock himself in the basement for good and cry.
Texas, you think Crow is most likely to go bananas and lose his shit?
I'm gonna say yes, but I want to say this about Crow, man. Every team needs that guy to step up and be a leader, and Crow strategically puts his people around him to that will listen to him and follow him and do what they need to do to win. And Crow moves around so much to help his team that I don't think it's as much as give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, as much as it is like he'll do what it takes to win. He'll play DeAndre and not get that amount of touches and just play the screens, or or play the center on Golden State, or play whatever he has to do to win, man. And honestly, I respect that, but absolutely, if he doesn't win it all, he should flip shit with that team.
Moving on. Most likely to say I quit 1,000 times and still show up. The award is hopelessly addicted to quitting. It's a Shumpert life. And this is for a couple reasons. One is, and I thought it was just Shump, but it actually happens a lot over in Los Angeles as well. But the game screws you, and then I quit. I'm done. I quit. I can't handle it. I'm never playing this game again. And then next game, he's there on time. He's ready to play again. But that's what Shump is. Most likely to say I quit 1,000 times during a game and still show up. Definitely the award goes to Shump, because I think he was. This is the play out. In the first week, he didn't want to play under Rosen. He wanted to be traded. Then his buddy quit, Hot Shot, and he was like, I know he was. Farrah came to me and was like, I think he's quit. I think he's gonna quit, or I gotta trade him. He said, blacklist me or trade me. And then next week, all of a sudden, he's a GM. Like,
he's a GM.
What the fuck? What the fuck happened? I was like, how did you get it? Okay. And then every time I'm on his, I love playing with Shump. Shump is an amazing guy to play basketball with, because he shares the ball. And I always thought he was a ball hoggish type of person. He's definitely not. He takes good shots. He shares the ball. He tries to feed you when he knows you're on, and he tries to set his team up, which that's what you need as a point guard. So him playing point guard this year was surprising to me, but also a great experience. But he definitely, during a game, would say 1,000 times, I quit. I'm done with this game. I never played 2K again.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Would you agree, Woody? Do you think he runs that award, or should we definitely give that award to you?
Nah, I was gonna say I would like to take the cake for that award. Honestly, I think probably half the people that play this game have to take this award, because if you play 2K and you don't at least say this game is stupid, or if you don't blame 2K for something, then there's a problem. Like, you haven't been playing 2K long enough, because everybody blames 2K for something. But yeah, no, I haven't had the chance to play with Shump, but I've definitely I remember like the first week when I was hearing him talk about quitting and everything. So I would have to say yeah, I have to give him to him.
Coming up here, Woody, Ice was telling me, man, we should have a blame the game award before you were even in here, man. I was like, bro, that is Woody. Every time I play with this man, he's like, come on, 2K, how you gonna do that to me? 2K, you ain't gonna let me make that pass, 2K? Like, bruh, no. But going back to Shump, I watched one stream of Mags when I was looking for some dirt on a player. I watched one stream of Mags, and he was playing with Shump, and every time Shump came up the court and pulled it, he was like, bro, that's a B+. That should go in. I'm done. That's a B+ quality shot. That's great. I'm done. That should go in. Every time he came up, like oh, they ain't gonna let me dunk that? Come on, I'm done. I quit. I'm not playing this no more. And I swear, every time this man came off the court. So I think that goes perfectly with him. And I think Woody is right there with him. And there's a few other guys in this league that is right there with him as well. But for right now, That's a good choice for that award. Congratulations, Shump.
Well, there's a
You quit
difference
1,000
between.
times and still showed up.
That's right. He showed up every game that he had to, and to give him props, he didn't move from the 2 to the 1. He stayed there. He took over GM. He took over owner the last week, and still had a pretty good shot. If I would say the trade deadline didn't screw him, and that team, he probably would have made a damn good shot at pushing the Pistons out and making those playoffs. But neither here nor there. Shump just all in good favor, good laugh. You deserve that award for the most likely to say I quit 1,000 times during a game and still show up next week. Now, there's a difference between saying you're quitting and actually quitting. So the most likely to retire but actually quit award goes to Fab. And this is why you get paid $9 million, and there's no such thing as retiring. I see more retirement threads this year than I have ever seen in my entire life. Retirement only happens in the off season. You retire, you hang up your shoes. Now there could be a comeback phase, i.e. Kuro, coming back, but there's no retirement during the season. You are quitting. You're quitting on your team, you're quitting on the EBA, and you're quitting on the system itself. Now, Fab and I like Fab. I always have. Fab's been my boy. He's one of the few guys that took a chance on me back in season 3 and actually, and gave me a shot to play on the court, and I did well. So I like Fab. Putting my bromance down for a minute. Still, dude, $9 million, most likely to retire but actually quit. I think he wins that award this season. I mean, there's some good runners up. There's Jay Snyder, and there's a couple other big award winners on there. But who would you give that to? What do you think Fab deserves that award?
I mean, the only reason I say yeah is because, he got paid $9 million and then literally ended up retiring. And then he actually tried to take back his retirement.
Yeah, because he was going to Toronto. That's why.
Yeah, he tried to take back his retirement. Like, now they want to trade me. So, but I would also like to say Jay Snyder is definitely there. I mean, he had 2 solid lines, good few weeks, obviously some bad games here and there, but I mean, he had a good team to start out, and if he would have made a few moves, and tweaked a few things, it could have been a lot better of a team, but he just fucked everything up. He just ruined it all. So yeah, he's definitely up there also.
Yeah, I mean, the sad part is if he would have just held on and not quit after Jay Snyder quit on him, Silent Shot had no reason not to move him. He wasn't getting guys showing up for him, and this guy really wanted to play somewhere else. He had no reason not to. And even Silent came out and said many times at a party that, dude, I'd have moved him. I don't have a problem with. So he was in a better position working with someone like Silent than working with Jay Snyder. Jay Snyder actually quit, and I think could have helped his team, but it was just a rollout by him, and then the next, and then the next, and then it went downhill from there. So there's no such thing as retiring. There's quitting. Would you agree with that? There, of course, you have to agree. But would you say that this definitely award goes to Fab this year? What do you think there, Texas?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely deserves it, man. And I got to tell you, this might even be up there with the Drama King Award because it's just a bunch of crying and bullshit. And I don't have any problem with Fab, or any of these other guys that need to retire. Quotation. I'm doing a little quotation thing on my fingers right now, but when you do that, man, it's done. You're done. Don't come crying and talking to a guy to come talk to me about coming back, because that's not gonna happen, man. This in and out stuff, don't play it. You retire, you're done. So
There was a few people that tried that this year that said I retire because they were upset, and then they tried to come back.
Three people that I know, like for sure, came to talk to me. And I mean, one of them went to talk to the owner, and the owner told him, I'm not even gonna help you out with that. So I mean, this stuff with the in and out stuff can't stop it. So absolutely, and if you retire in the off season. If you really want to post on the forums, I retire. Otherwise, just quit, bro. Just put I quit, and that's a good award. This is a good award, so it goes to Fab, rightly so.
We have 20 blacklists, so I mean, I want to do a shout out to those guys after we're done with this award thing here. But we'll go on to the next award. The next award is most likely a big man in a car seat award. And that award goes to Garbage Assassin. Now, what most likely a big man in a car seat award is that the guy who talks the most trash and can't really back it up on the court. Most likely he's a big man in a little bitty car seat, or what'd you say, a high chair? I think Texas made this award up. But
there's a bunch of them. I don't know. High chair, car seat, booster chair. I mean,
he a big man talking a big game. He only just
give him a binky. I mean, I don't give a shit. Big man can't talk shit and back it up award. I mean, doesn't matter.
So we gave it the garbage assassin only because he would send you drop by garbage if he ever scored more, I think, than like 6 points against you. You got to drop by garbage. Now this one also, I give the garbage assassin because he talks shit for me, and I'm not even big enough to talk shit in the game. So he even sent people drop by ice, and I just had a decent game here and there. So with that being said, Woody, do you think he deserves this award? I mean, most likely a big man in a car seat award.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this dude, beginning of the season, it's actually funny because beginning of the season, I remember like when they were posting, or like when King John was really posting, he put like power forward of the year, like his predictions, and Garbage was up there, and then of course Garbage is on the forums talking trash and whatnot, doing what he always does, and then this dude, I mean, he had a freak of nature in Bowman and averaged like 12-7 or 12-8, like it's embarrassing.
So do you think he definitely underperformed this year, Texas? I mean, we talked about this a little bit before the show. He deserves this award. We both agreed because we laughed pretty hard. But do you think he definitely underperformed?
Anytime you send a message, drop by garbage, not to mention if your name is Garbage and you're sending messages, like, come on, man. Self-explanatory. He absolutely deserves this. 100%. He even knows it. He put garbage in his name. Like, damn. Like, enough said.
He did average 12 points and 8 rebounds this year. I mean, I don't know if he wasn't backing up
with
very
Bobin.
much, but...
With Bobin.
The dude whose ears are bigger than my hands.
Bobin.
There's a couple games he had 12 and 12.
Oh, savage! That rebel. What a rebel that man is.
He had 20 points, 19 points. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I only gave him that because he did talk a ton of shit at the beginning of the season. And then every time he would score, he would drop any kind of points on you. He'd send you a message and said, you just been dropped by garbage. He's always giving the Pistons his power or whatever they do back and forth. I think he's just a fun guy to pick on, and that's why we're picking on him. Most likely a big man in a car seat award. Congratulations, Garbage. The next award is, and this is my favorite one, most likely to give his teammate a hand job award. Goes to Texas James Smith. Because he is most likely to give his teammate a hand job. And when you see this award, you're going to laugh. This is a great award for you. Especially the different ones there. You got a two-hander and a one-hander. I think you're definitely, the way you were going off is definitely the two-hander there. I mean, Woody, did you ever catch that EBA tonight where he kind of was the rattles and the shaking and how he shake my world? Did you? I mean, I know he was doing.
Bro, I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that? Oh my God!
I did not hear that.
You got to go back and listen to that episode. It was great.
Man, I have to.
The realist gave him shit last week, and I'm giving him shit this week. Most likely to give his teammate a head job award goes to Texas.
The fucked up thing, man. The most fucked up thing is I realized that I deserve this damn thing. I understand this, and that's what's so fucked up that y'all making me realize that. I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I mean, is it really that bad?
It's pretty rough, man.
It's rough, man, that y'all make me feel like, I deserve this shit. And I don't want to deserve this shit, damn it.
And next week you were dogging him. One week you're like, he shakes my world, he rattles the rim. And then next week you're like,
enough with that, man.
Bro, I gotta go listen to that.
All right.
Damn, man.
We'll move on. I'm gonna leave this picture up while we do give some shout outs though.
Oh my goodness.
Shout outs?
I understand. But like, all right, let's go.
We're moving on. But I'm gonna keep the picture up for everybody to get a good shot of it there. Maybe take some screenshots, put it in.
I got you.
That's beautiful.
I feel it. I deserve this shit. I get it. I went back and listened to that shit, and I was like, damn, that shit sounded hella gay. And I understand. So I'll take it on. I'm not gonna take it on chin. I'll take this one. I understand it. You know. I get
You're
that
only
I
making it
deserve
worse.
this, so
Only making it worse.
I know, man. So you know what? I'll sit back and I'll be the target of this one. So let's
Now,
move on, man.
So some honorable mentions I need to do here. We were going to do a can build a brick house, or most likely to build a brick house with all his missed shots award, but I didn't have a whole lot of time. I had to rush this through, so we moved that one over. One that I wanted to do was a honorable mention for the year. All the owners that quit on us, all the blacklists. Like I said, we have 20 blacklists this season. I want to shout them out personally. Faro and Fuego retiring but blacklisted, trying to cheat and got caught. I had so much respect for you, brother. Cleveland forever doesn't know how to talk to his and doesn't know how to be an owner. And then turn around and down the league because of his horrible statements that were proven to even somebody that is admin on the site. Like, who are we going to trust? First of all, Fab, we already went over him. Fresh bench JT is still in a two season ban. He's still 3 seasons from last season, so he doesn't really count here. Friendly X Arrows, Hog Crazy 91, Hot Shot 305. My brother come in with not a horrible big. Valachunas isn't absolute horrible, and then he quits week 1. Definitely shout out to you. I connected V3. Quit because everybody else is quitting. How does that make any sense? JO16, I don't even know what happened to you, son. I didn't even know you were here. You might have tried to show up, didn't show up, whatever.
Inactivity.
Jay Snyder, 17. I mean,
Trash.
Jay Snyder, way to prove us all wrong and not quit. Fatal.
You know, I think Jay Snyder thing was the fact that he coasted through last season. You know, when nobody was there to really fight. You know what I mean? And then he comes in this season expecting to have a good year and starts getting beat on by some new guy like King Miz or the Pistons. You know, like, because he rage quit. They got smacked one night and then he was gone. So you know, it was. That one just is a little man. Like he just couldn't take the pressure, man.
Fatal 31. I don't know where you. Prince Pookie is still on the list here, but he actually was last season cheating. Rivals BT, which doesn't really make sense. Rivals, you actually would have won easily. Won a point guard.
Yeah, he was on the All-Star.
Yeah, you would have easily won an All-Star.
He was pushing for an All-Star, man.
Not sure why you felt the need to. I guess you got slapped and then went in and said you retired. Then you're like, no, I'm not retiring. But whatever, take a loss like a man. Weapon X513. Whatever, dude. Wikipedia. Wicked was like showing up the first week when we were struggling, and then all of a sudden he just decided he didn't want to play anymore. Black Jesus. I'm Saucin. What happened to I'm Saucin? Anybody know what happened to I thought he was solid, man. What happened?
I think he retired, or I don't know. No, I don't think he posted retirement. I think I don't remember, man. I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't know if it was from Crow, if he was over there, or he retired. But
I think Crow blacklisted him.
Wow.
Was that what it was? I remember seeing his name somewhere. I think that was what happened.
I'm pretty sure
he said
that's
something
what
like, "I'm not gonna play for you," or some shit like that. I won't play or whatever, and then he just didn't respond and missed 3 games. Got blacklisted for inactivity. So.
XYZ Joker 83. It looks like TC not available or didn't follow up or whatever happened there.
See, that boggles me. Let me throw a shout out to these TCs out here for a second, man. If you're a TC, don't retire in the middle of a season, bro. Because, I mean, you're already not getting playing time. Retiring is just going to get you more not playing time. So, I mean, there's no point, man. Hang it out, you know what I mean, and be there if you're needed. Like, because I know he retired because he wanted to play, which is absolutely nonsense. You want to get playing time, yet you retire when you're not getting playing time.
Might as well just stay on a TC for the rest of the season.
What kind of sense is that? Exactly. Just sit it out, man. He was upset because and he's my boy. That's Mr. Unknown for some of you that might know him from the VFL days and stuff. And, you know, that's my boy. And for him to do that, it's mind-boggling. Like, why? So any TCs out there, take note of this and don't do that shit because it makes no damn sense. You're not really going to be in trouble for not being there on a specific night if you're not asked. You know, and so just sit it out, man. You know what I mean? Just wait it out. Your time will come.
MVP. I don't know what happened with him. Trey MVP. Might have been the last year's
Trash.
Blacklist. So people that are clearing up off of these blacklists are long term, other than JT, which was suspended for many seasons based on what he. A couple of them out there. There's a lot. There's like 15 of them that's clearing up. ATN Revenge, DMV Coach, Dre, Dr. Melvo, Ev Grand, Gucci, Landon Gifted, Shagnum PI. These guys are all clearing up to be back next season. There's a good 15 players that are clearing up. There's other players that are staying. It just got blacklisted for a season 2, season 3 blacklist. Like I said, what mind boggles me more is you were so close to the end there, Farrah, and then you had to cross the line, which really surprised me with that. So definitely shout out to those blacklist guys. I mean, you definitely get one of these nice hand job awards. Let's move on. Bro.
I'm gonna bring that shit up again,
bro. It was still on my screen. Bro. Like the bro moment. There's 2 of them. There's one for the week and one for the year. I'm going to start with my boy Woody. Go.
Bro moment of the week would have to go to the Raptors, and it's not even like a bad bro moment. It's actually a good one. I'm just saying, bro. I was just so surprised that they came so close to almost making playoffs. It's just like, bro, it's crazy how they started 0-8, and then they came down to this last week and they were so close to making playoffs. Like, bro, it's just good. It's good to see that. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, there was rumors that Shump might be returning as owner, which I think Shump did good to clean up the last season. He cared.
He will be coming back next season.
As GM, he cared. Which, I mean, like I said, Shump earned my respect completely. I played back in season, I think, 3 with him, and he was Rudy Gay. And, I was like, yeah, whatever, most of the time with Shump, because we just played. We just showed up, played. We didn't really have many conversations between the both of us, and everybody was chatting in the party, so I didn't have one feeling one way or the other, but definitely Shump earned my respect as an owner or as a GM this year to show up and play and do his thing. So that's a good bro, I guess. But go ahead, what's your year, bro?
The whole fucking Spurs season. I mean, bro, Timo, Timo, good guy, good owner, but bro, what the fuck were you thinking getting these people who play in the fucking LGBA or whatever that shit is? Like, they are not on our level of competition. Like, bro, come on now, man.
They got slapped a bunch, and they won 3. So I mean, probably 1 or 2 of them are forfeits, but at least they could say they didn't go down over. Texas James Smith, give me your bro of the week and bro of the year, season 5.
My week and year are gonna be one and the same.
Okay.
So, bro, Farrah, how are you gonna be so determined all season long and stick with a team that's been struggling, and on the last week when you get some turn up and looking good, you break the rules? Bro, you're 1 week away from clearing the season. 1 week. And you break the rules. And not only do you break the rules, you break the rules and try to get your boy to take the fall. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, bro, for you to asking one of your teammates to take the fall for you because you think they're going to get a less punishment than you. And willing to take your team with you, bro. That's messed up because you put Shump on the line with you, which was suspect as hell. So that's my bro moment. And that is some shady shit, my dude. And I like Farrah. Farrah's a good dude, but for doing that shit, that's shady, and that's my bro moment of the year and week.
Yeah, my bro moment of the week would definitely have to be the Minnesota Timberwolves getting beat by Golden State. They're undefeated line now. Bro, I had you guys going undefeated. Bro, like you guys are supposed to take it all. You're number 1 in my power rankings every week. You're killing me over here. You got to slap those Golden State Warriors and slap them good. We're going to probably find out when the playoffs hit who's going to come out ahead. But, bro, you cannot lose to those guys again. No more losses from that line. Unexpected. And I know you're like, well, Ice, we only lost 1 all year. Doesn't matter, bro. You gotta finish it out. I'm expecting the best out of that team. And also the last pick team. I mean, it's just good drama. Cinderella story in the makings. So my bro for the year, however, I know 1 loss, bro. That's all I had last week. My bro for the year has to be the situation that happened in New York. Like, I'm just so confused at so many things could have went so many different ways if just people would have not made haste decisions and just waited things out. I mean, it just could have went so much better for everybody. And I'm gonna go bro for the year a little bit on me and the site for being down during the trade deadline, which really hurt some of these teams, and that's on me, and I apologize for that. But it's definitely on me and the Elite Team Play staff. But definitely the bro for the year is, for me, how quickly the New York dropped off when they were up there competing. I think 3rd, 4th, 5th in the power rankings. They were fighting for that spots, and then they just fell the fuck off. Like, not even. They pulled a Spurs. I mean, they had 9 wins on the season. They just fell off. They couldn't even put one line together. I don't know what happened with Silent, if all of his people just didn't show up on him anymore and they just all decided to pull the plug and quit, but bro, that's messed up. Moving on. We are going to finish out the show here and talk a little bit about the All-Star and who is in all the awards, actual EBA awards. I'm going to let Texas James Smith take over here and tell us, give us a rundown of who is nominated for real awards, not the crap awards that we were having fun with earlier. And keep in mind, that was all fun. We weren't picking or poking at anybody except the people that quit. You all a bunch of losers. I'll see you. You can go to, here in the off season, when the off season starts, you can go to the Elite Team Play store and you can go ahead and give the site some money and come back next season. I'm okay with that. Go do that. We can always use more money. But Texas James Smith, tell me who is nominated for both the East All-Stars and West All-Stars for nomination periods.
All right. First of all, I'm gonna say that this is a 12-game minimum for the first and second team All-Stars. So in other words, you have to play 12 games at your given position that you're being nominated for in order to make the first or second team. Now, third team nominations, 10 games at your selected position is eligible for a third team. But the reason why we did it like that is because some people could not get, like, some positions did not have enough people to even compete in the nominations with 12 games. So
which 12 games
that's
isn't
why we
bad.
did like this.
12 games isn't bad.
Which
It's not. It's three out of 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, there's 20
So-
throughout the season, right? Is that how that works out?
Yeah, there's 20 games. 20 games throughout the season. So
Jeez. And you were allowed to miss 7 of them? You said 13 was the minimum?
no, 12 is the
12
minimum.
is the minimum.
12.
Jeez. Allowed to miss 8
Yeah.
games. 2 weeks
2
you're allowed
weeks.
to miss, and you still could be
be
up for an All-Star. Okay.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that they missed that many games. Just means that they didn't play that position for that many games.
You have to
You know what I
stay in
mean?
that position that many games?
Stay at that position. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I was
12
misunderstanding. I thought it was just that many games that you had to play, because people move around a lot in the EBA. That's the whole point of the one up and one
Right.
down.
They do. Right.
Okay, go ahead.
But so starting off here, we'll go with the East. We got a lot of guys here. I'm not gonna sit here and name off stat after stat because we'd be here all day.
Yeah, just name off. Give
But,
us some names. Let's go with point guards,
Yeah.
one side or the other.
Point guard, we'll go with we got Shumpert, Drew, the real Uncle Drew for Cleveland, Abyss for Cleveland, Trainer's even in there, Majestic and Dimes. Those are your Eastern nominees for point guard. And your Eastern nominees for shooting guard is you got Swizzerk, which is also up for Rookie of the Year. Mantis, Hayden Land, and Blitz. And you so you got those guys for the shooting guard. For the small forward, let me scroll down here. And you have, this is all Eastern now. You have Realist, Ra the Boom, which is in Minnesota. Young Bull Guwap, which he's a guy with only 10 games played. Corrupted Knicks, he's another guy with only 10 games played. So those are your small forward nominees for the Eastern side. And moving down here to power forward, you have our guest here tonight, Woody. It's Rush.
Hey.
Which he's a Timberwolf guy. Garbage Assassin. And Magician, Mags. All up for the Eastern Power Forward Awards. For the center, in the MVP running, you have G Money, For the center All-Star nominee for the Eastern side, E-Money, which is a Drummond. We'll see both of those guys in the playoffs. 2X Cool, which is up for Defensive Player of the Year. Kevin and Bama, all for the Eastern All-Star nominees for the centers.
How are we looking on the west side?
Moving on to the Western side, we are going to start with. Let me flip over here. Sorry. Okay, going to start with the point guards, and since my hands are lubed, got my boys up here for from the Portland Trailblazers. We got Misty.
Here we go. Hold on. Let me go back here. Here we go. All right, go ahead.
All right, we got Misty, Portland Trailblazer point guard. And my man Mike, also up for MVP, let it be known. Mike Man 117, another Portland Trailblazer. All right, and then, we have King John, which is a Rocket, and Irving, which those guys are another 10 game area played at their position. So. Okay, moving on to the shooting guard. We have CW, which has been balling out this season. He's been playing very well with his points and averages. Another Portland Trailblazer up in here. Well, what? Illmatic Titan. Bama Mike. And another Portland Trailblazer. Bro, we're just everywhere. What can I say? Master Quickie. And that will wrap it up for the Western shooting guards. Now, this is wild. So, for the small forward on the Western side, there was not even enough to fill more than 3 spots. There wasn't even a small forward close to 10 games. Like, if there would even been 9 games played a small forward, they would be here. But so we're only limited to 3 here. But the small forwards for the Western side are Sourcey, 2288, Portland Trailblazer Pure Hustle, and yours truly, Ice.
Hey,
Ice the man, he's up in here.
Go
Hey,
vote
look out
Ice.
now. Yeah, making sure you're staying at that one's position now. Look at you, doing things in the world.
I think I moved a little bit to power forward this season too, and shooting guard a little bit. So I bounced around, but I don't think I was there for 2 weeks.
Moving on to power forward on the west side, we have Budweiser Beast, Return of the King, which I believe is a Trailblazer.
Return of the
Clutch
King? No, Return of the King
Hilmer
is
Clutch
a Clipper.
Return of the King is a Clipper.
Okay, well maybe it's Clutch King. That's a Trailblazer.
Yeah.
So many damn Kings in this league, bro, I swear. Clutch King is up here, and Zabriel is up here. So, yeah, those guys. For power forward on the Western All-Star. We had some guys that had better numbers, per se, at the power forward spot, but they also played a lot of center, and so they really didn't they didn't play enough for either or. You know what I mean? Center or power forward.
Yeah.
Which sucks. So, moving on to the center spot, you have It's the Boss, Golden State. Texas, James Smith, Texas, Commish. Where's he from, Ice? Come on, man. I know you know this by now. Come on, you know them Trailblazers.
Yeah.
You know them Trailblazers. You
The
know
rim
we here,
shakers.
bro.
Yeah, the rim shaker.
shakers.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I feel it, guys. I'm feeling a lot of hate here. Don't put me under all this pressure. Okay. Moving on to we got Outtaker up here, which is in the Clippers, which played on DeAndre. Played very well this season, has good numbers. 2 guys that have 10 games and are only eligible for the 3rd team are Fig, Portland in the house, we're everywhere. I'm telling you.
No, don't tell us.
Mr. Young Shot from Houston. Oh, I'm telling you, we're everywhere. So those are your Western All-Star nominees. A lot of good guys up here. it sucks that we didn't have more people stay at one position because there was a lot of good numbers, high numbers across the league that didn't even make nominees because they couldn't stay at the position even up to 10 games.
Well, it's not only the position as well. You got something else I just thought of. If my owner puts me against the Spurs and the Knicks, it's more than likely the champs, or even the Toronto in the beginning couple weeks. It's more than likely I'm not getting even a game in. You know, or 2 games in that week. You know, if they put me both against those. So I'm just saying it's not always with the moving of positions. We did have a lot of forfeits this season too.
Right. Some of them people just didn't get enough games in general, which I believe happened to Corrupted. I think his 10 games were at small forward, and the other small forward in the eastern side, which I don't remember who it was at this specific time, but there was 2 of them over there that had 10 games apiece, and they played all 10 of their games at their position. They just only played 10, which is half the season, which is ridiculous. But hey, what do I know? Okay, so we'll move to of the year awards.
Well, first of all, let's hold on for just a moment. Let's go to Woody. Is there any names in there that stood out to you that deserve an All-Star? Is there names that should be mentioned that wasn't mentioned in the All-Star? Any name drop you want to make, or anything you have to say about that?
I mean, Woody V2 stands out to me. That's a pretty big one. Obviously, G Money and them, you know, they deserve it. There's actually, I was talking to Truth earlier. We were talking to Truth earlier, and Truth was saying that you know, he might sneak into that All-Star category for the shooting guard because he has better averages than, you know, most of the people there, obviously other than Swizzard. He just didn't have what's his face put in his stats. So watch out, you know, Truth might sneak in there and, you know, get second to third team All-Star. I mean, he had a pretty good year. He's probably averaging about 19 to 20 points a game. So I think he'll sneak in there. But I mean, everybody who's up there, you know, really deserves it. Obviously, you know, Shumpert been balling. You know, people who deserve it are up there. Yeah. You know, I can say for the West Side, you know, I'm a part of the voting, so I've seen some of the voting, and you know, some of the people are playing favoritism. You know, I you can see
happens
that when people
every
vote,
season.
and I think that needs to be fixed. You know, some of it is favoritism. I mean, I'm not gonna say any names, but you see one guy who, you know, obviously has better averages and had a better season. You know, he's not getting the votes, but this dude is, and you know, that's what I'm saying. You can see that it's favoritism, and you know, I hope, you know, that people just look at the numbers. I mean, the numbers don't lie. You know, how can you vote for somebody who, you know, clearly got outplayed? You know, clearly didn't have, you know, a good record for their line, you know, or anything like that. Like, I mean, all this stuff matters when they do All-Star voting in real life. So I don't understand why that wouldn't matter now. You know, line record, stats.
Well, a lot of it is also, I mean, when they do All-Star voting in real life, a lot of it is, I mean, I've seen people get in that should not be there because of their favorites
definitely
on the team or something like that. So, I mean, that does have an effect. And if we're talking real life versus this one, you'd like to remove that as much as possible. And me and Texas James were talking earlier before the beginning of the show about how we can fix it or how he can fix it later to make it so it's not as bad as it is this season or as bad as it could be. And he has some pretty good ideas that I like. You know, so hopefully he can work out some things, and it takes a little bit more extra work, but props to, nobody knows this, but half the staff for Texas James Smith just been busy the last couple weeks and just not been able to do what needed to be done. And he's been picking up the slack, man. He knows it's all on him. He did this whole layout. He did the whole, you know, voting both sides. So I'm trying to make him feel better about the hand job award here. But he was
appreciate that.
He did a lot of work here, and the fact that I'm up for one, I'm extremely surprised because I don't think my stats. I mean, other than the fact I guess I get a participation award for showing up. I don't think my stats were anywhere near what some of these other guys were, and maybe that's a little broken. Needs to be looked into a little bit more as well. But you know, you have to vote for 3. That's the crappy part. Or not, or I guess couldn't be crappy part. That's the good part for some of us in order to get one. But with 2 lines this year, there's a lot of awards that should be going around. There's also a lot of forfeits. There's a lot of people swapping positions in order to just show up and play, which is something we don't want to hurt people for. So maybe we should need to look at it a little differently. But keep in mind, this is Texas' first, you know, him and his staff's first season doing awards. Usually it's done by a media director, which there isn't one this year. So with that being said, keep all of that in mind while people are going, oh, well, this is happening, or that's happening, or I got screwed, or that got screwed. And also on the truth point, I want to make real fast, and then I'll get back to the of the year awards. Dude, like if I would recommend, I do this every time, even when I have a shitty game and I don't even care. I always say, "Hey Cortana, take a screenshot." Always, or click the button, take the screenshot, whatever. Because later in the season, well, then all you have to do is turn those in to staff, and staff can go in and put those in. Like, preferably the owner do it because it's his job to be doing it. He took that responsibility. But worst case, when it comes down to playoffs or it comes down to awards, and someone's like, "Oh, you played crappy, whatever. You ain't even got," there's like 4 or 5 games. There's been more seasons that I didn't even have awards put in for. I've got every single one of those screenshots. Every single one of them. I just take them right. This is the game I played against New York. This is the game I played here. This is the game. And they can go in and enter all my stats in. So it's not hard to do. It's not hard to keep. It's not hard to find. It's really simple. Xbox has that feature. Just record every game that you play in EBA. Just, hey, Cortana, take a screenshot of the finals. This year I hate it because you got to slide over a little bit to see the personal fouls. But still, you should keep all of those. Like, there should be no reason why you shouldn't keep those. So go ahead, players of the year.
Go ahead, players of the year. That being said, with the truth situation, the same thing happened with Corrupted, man. Corrupted had a few games that weren't in there from when Cleveland was owner, and we found it and we got him in there. So that's the only reason why he's even in this, because we went back and found the stats, found the screenshots that he had, and got him in. So, if you ever miss the stats or anything in the future, make sure that you cap them. Cap all the games that you're in, man. That way, if you're ever up for an award and all your stats aren't in, you can go back and reference them, and we can get them in and make sure everything is done right and nobody's missing out something that they rightly deserve. So make sure you are aware of that going into the future. But moving on to the of the year awards. Pretty much you're just gonna hear a lot of names that we just read off, but the of the year awards we got for point guard. We have Misty, which is part of Portland. Mike Man, which is part of Portland. Shumpert, which is Toronto. Majestic, which is part of the Timberwolves. Shooting guard of the year, we have up for it CW, the Clippers. Swizzerk, Toronto. Titan, the Trailblazers. Mantis, Detroit. And that's the wrap for the shooting guard of the year. Small forward of the year, we have Realist 260, Cleveland. Rada Boom, Minnesota. Sorcy, Golden State. Sorry. And those are the only 3 up for the of the year awards, because the others, either their stats weren't good enough or they did not have a minimum of 12 games played at their position. Because the other year awards, we are not allowing anything less than that in here. Power forward of the year, we have Woody, which should be a clean sweep win of this. His numbers are above and beyond anything that any of these other guys have. Averages and everything else as well. It's Rush, which is Minnesota. Garbage, which honestly I have no idea where y'all know where he's playing. Bowman, that's right, Detroit. Return of the King is up there for power forward of the year, and so that wraps it up for the power forward of the year. Center of the year, we have G Money, rightly so deserving. E Money, a lot of money going around over here, and 2X Cool, which he's part of Minnesota. Yeah. And let's see, Man of the Year award. We have King John, Ice the Man, and myself. And Ice the Man is getting a lot of pull. Ice, you got a lot of people liking the show.
Everybody loves me.
I got a lot of people liking the show.
I'm gonna say you are the longest running co-host I've ever had. You show up week after week. You take your time, and we run over every week. I've never done that. Usually I'm pretty strict on time. We meet probably 20-30 minutes before the show, sometimes an hour, in order to get the stuff built up, in order to talk about what we're talking about. I mean,
well, what can I say, Ice? Somebody got to bring the stardom here.
Man, I'm telling you, and
that's what I'm here for.
You
man.
Bring the excitement, and then you turn around, and then you do you do all the stuff on the site. I mean, hands down, you're my favorite for that award. Not that I'm willing to, or should I say no homo after that? I don't know how that works.
Hey, I mean, we're beyond that, bro. Our relationship came to the, we've already talked about me giving my teammates hand jobs, but I think we're beyond that.
Yeah, I was about to say, this dude got a hand job award, so you might want to say no homo. You might want to be careful.
Right. I mean, it's kind of beyond that, man, at this point.
I do know this. I want to be on your team next year because you talk about your team like they're your best friends in the world. So I want to be hyped up.
I love my squad, man. I love my opportunity to play with these guys, man. I've been with these guys a long time, so I'm very happy that a lot of my guys are up for these awards, man. And hopefully we'll get a lot of them.
All right. Do you have anything?
Moving on?
Yeah. Do you have anything to add on that, Woody? Any of the year awards? I heard you yell garbage on a couple of them. I mean, what do you think?
Oh, we got more.
Most of them are clear cut, to be 100% honest. I mean, point guard.
Right, they really are.
You knew. That's the same. Most of these, I mean, you knew from the start. Like Mike, man, you knew from the start. Point guard of the year. Damian Lillard, beast. Mike Mann's a great player. You know, I played with him for multiple seasons. I've known him for a long time. He's a good guy. He's a smart player. So you knew that was destiny. Shooting guard of the year. You know, I don't remember who was nominated at the beginning of the season, but I know Swizerg obviously kind of came out of nowhere and, took the league by storm, killed it with DeRozan. Small forward.
CW.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's saying small forward, realist, obviously good player, good guy, He's always, he does what he does. He's a good player. Power forward, I mean, I'm not going to talk about myself. Y'all can do that. And, center, G Money. It is what it is. I mean, Cat, he's a dog. G Money's a dog. So,
absolutely.
Most of these were clear cut. So.
He's also for defensive player of the year, which, there's guys better with overall defensive numbers than him, but for him to be up for center of the year, MVP, and defensive player of the year,
owner of the year.
Yeah, well, yeah, GM, but yeah, definitely GM.
GM
of the guy that's going to be up for owner of the year. But moving on from that, we got after men of the year. We still got more. We got defensive player of the year, which is G Money, E Money, The Real Uncle Drew, 2X Cool, It's the Boss, Outtaker. So those are the guys that we have for the defensive player of the year. We had a guy on there that actually only had 10 games in, so just caught that. But those are the guys that are up there for defensive player of the year. A lot of good numbers, man. And let me say this about defensive player of the year. I feel like it's going to be hard for a wing to win this strictly on steals alone. You'd have to have so many steals to win this, just because the big men get steals and blocks on top of it. So I feel like big men are really favored in the defensive player of the year. But if if you can have a massive amount of steals and the people around the league feel that you're absolutely locked down, then you can win it. But I feel like just strictly on numbers wise, then it's gonna be
who's up
it's
for
gonna be hard to beat some of these big
defensive man of the year.
G Money, E Money, Drew, 2X Cool, It's the Boss, and Outtaker.
Yeah, Outtaker's definitely one of my favorite picks this year with his blocks. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but holy crap!
He has 43. He averages 2.6 blocks.
Yeah, but nobody's even close to that.
It's the Boss.
Close to that, is it?
Yeah. It's the Boss. He averages 2.5, and 2X Cool averages 2.4. And
he also has two extra games than Outtaker.
Right, but I'm talking about averages though. I'm talking about average.
But not average out of those center games, right?
Right. I'm just average in general. And steals. Boss has more steals. 2X Cool has more steals. G Money has way more steals.
Yeah. No, It's the Boss is definitely, and it has to be talked about as.
Yeah, definitely. Good guys, man. A lot of good defensive guys this season, man. So keep that out.
Cleveland to the Clippers to the Warriors, so he looks pretty scary. All right.
Yep.
Is that everybody?
Moving on, we got. Nope. We got more.
Lord.
Owner of the year, we got King Miz and Mike Man, both up there. Which we got weeks held number 1 in the power rankings. Obviously Miz has all 5. So I think that was pretty self-explanatory. As much as I love Mike and as great a job as Mike does, every single time he's in a management position or owner position, Miz just knocked it out the park.
You know what
this
a
year,
big
man.
number is for that for me? Is forfeit numbers. I mean, building a team is
Right,
important,
true
and that
that.
makes you a good owner. But also making sure that you're not affecting every other owner in the league or everybody's stats by forfeiting games constantly. I mean, forfeits are.
And neither one of these guys took a forfeit. Well,
Yeah.
I take that back. The Trailblazers took one this season.
Yeah.
One. And that was on some miscommunication, but neither one of these guys had a major effect on forfeits this year, which is good.
I mean,
and that's why they're both up there.
Yeah, for me, that's the key point behind your
Absolutely.
winning record doesn't really affect it. I think for me anyway, personally, only because I'm more of a league guy. I think it's more about your,
I mean,
got your team to
it kind
show
of goes
up.
hand in hand. I mean, if you're giving forfeits, then obviously your record's going to suffer for that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of hand in hand, but absolutely, I agree. That's a big factor in that every year. We got Rookie of the Year, and which is Swizzerk.
Swizzerk's got my
And there's
vote.
nobody to.
Got my vote.
I mean, there's nobody else to even compete with him. That we don't have another rookie up on the board that I could find. And I mean, I spent hours looking, bro. And I couldn't. If somebody knows of a rookie that deserves to be right here, that's not like 3 games played, 26 points, 5 assists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a shout out. Let me know. I'll gladly put him in here. But as of right now, that's the only one we have. Not that he doesn't deserve it, because he absolutely does. He balled out. But yeah, so that's what we're doing.
All right. Is that all we have?
One more, sir.
Okay, shoot.
We got one more. MVP. We have G Money, Mike Man, and E Money. In my opinion, E Money's behind the race pretty convincingly, but he has some great overall, averages, great numbers across the board, so he's obviously deserves to be in the talks. But I think it's pretty easy to see who this is going to, considering G Money's record. I think he only lost 1 this season, and his numbers are spectacular. Mike has great averages too, but I mean, G Money's record is spectacular. So you know what it is.
Yeah. Well, good luck to everybody who's nominated. And those who weren't nominated and felt they should. Bother
Fire away.
Bother Texas James Smith
Fire
about
away, man. I'm here to take it, bro. It's all good.
I mean, he tried to do it as fair as possible. There's a couple holes with it or whatever, but that's the way it works. So what he'll have to do is, I know that, like I said, we discussed it earlier. He's working on making it a more ironed out, better process. Everybody's like, well, you should go to a numbered system. Well, the numbered system doesn't take into effect some key things that I think is important as well. If someone's playing on Beverly and the other guy's playing on Steph Curry, and Beverly's putting up just as much, just close to, but down a few points, that should take into effect, I think, of an MVP. Also, there's other key things that everybody argues. There's points that makes MVP or of the year player over another player. So those types of things have to be, and it's not going to be perfect every season. So everybody cries every year about their award, or everybody upset because they didn't get something. I'm just here to play. So good news is we're into the season, good and bad. Good luck to the teams the 6 teams that are in the playoffs. I'm excited to follow next week and see where we're at. We can talk a little bit more about the playoffs. Hope you enjoyed our awards, our first ever EBA awards, the wrong awards, because they're just so wrong. I want to say thank you to Woody for showing up. Appreciate you, man. I know that this is the second time you've been on the show. Hopefully you had as much fun as you did the first time. It was a little slower this time because we had a bunch of names we wanted to shout out to, and kind of give everybody an idea who's up for nominations. Woody, appreciate you here, man.
Hey, it's not a problem at any time. I'm always blessed to be on here. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it. Also, a huge shout out to the commish.
Yay.
Texas James Smith for doing what you do. I'm going to wrap the show up because we're about 20-30 minutes over off of a show that started late. So big shout out to those guys.
Hey, let me
Go.
Let me throw something out there, man.
Shoot.
For you guys that are in these big, me and Ice were talking about earlier, these big little group me things they have on Xbox now. Get the
clubs.
league out there, guys. The clubs. There you go. Get the league out there. Let people know that we're here, man. Anybody that's interested in basketball or Smite or anything that we have. I'm not sure exactly what these guys have across the board or what they have planned in the future, but just any type of club that's out there that you think is on the side or that might come back on the side or that y'all want on the side. Bring us the community, man. I mean, I'm sure these guys are willing to work with us, willing to work with you guys and get new ideas up or anything like that, man, because we're always looking for new members here in the EBA and elsewhere. So make sure you guys get us out there, man. Let people know that we're here and we do things every week, and we're getting games in and we're active and we're alive and it's popping over here. So let them know, man. Let them know that our next season is coming up soon. Ice over here laughing at me, but hey, I'm trying to sell this league a little bit, okay?
Push.
All right, so make sure you get it out there, man. Let them know. God bless you all. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you on here next week, probably Wednesday or Thursday, depending on whenever Ice feels like it's time to get it going. But God bless you all, man. Have a good night.
The sign off from Texas, James Smith. The clubs is a big thing. Definitely sign in. I've been trying to sign into every club because as soon as they tell me next season's ready to go, I'm spamming. I'll probably get kicked out of some clubs. A lot of these guys I've been playing with lately in the park, and you'll meet a lot this weekend if you're doing that dark in the park type of thing, which I'm excited to check out. That seems kind of fun. Also, I've been playing a lot of Pro-Am, enjoying that with some different people. So even Pro-Am walk on and people hit you up and invite you over, shit like that. Tell them about the league, man. Get them excited. Get them coming. Get them come in here. We can grow this league bigger, better, and we can actually have some fun. It's not about how many teams we have or how many lines we have or anything. It's just about showing up, being competitive, and having a blast. So I hope you enjoyed this season. This is a wrap up of season 5. We will be talking playoffs the next couple weeks, so it should be rather short shows. And if you have anything, holla out. But I think we're good. Anything you would like to say in ending there, Woody, as my special guest?
I just want, like I said, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure being on, talking to y'all. I just want to say thank you to everybody that actually stuck around this season. It's really good for us to have a good season. It looked promising from the beginning. We had a few bumps with some owners and people, but overall it was a really good season. And with all the updates and stuff on Xbox and whatnot, I think we can really get the league to grow. We can get it out there. Post in the clubs and whatnot. Tell them that there's a site. If you play team up, if you want to be in a structured organization, that's what they got here. It's not that hard to try out and sign up and do all this other stuff. Let's just try to make the league grow, and thank everybody, man.
Happy Thanksgiving from the EBA Tonight staff, also from the EBA staff, the Eliteteamplay staff. Happy Thanksgiving from us to you. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and enjoy the shopping this weekend, Cyber Monday, and we'll be back next week. Take care. Chip. I haven't even voted yet.
Nah. Yeah, you need to get on there, man. You're on there. So you ain't gonna be able to vote for me anyway. Never mind. I don't give a shit who you vote for.
Just make sure I get that all-star. That's what matters to me.
Yeah.
Right. Right over here, too.
Bro, no, yo, all right.
I see some people put you at Power Forward of the Year, but not as an all-star. Like, what the hell is that?
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what Crow did. Like, Crow got me as the number 1 power forward in the All-Stars. But then put me as number 1 for power forward of the year. I was kind of fucked.
Yeah, it gets very friendly when they're trying to promote other guys. It gets like very friendly type of mentality where they just want to promote their friends, but they need to they don't understand the hurt system more than they're helping. They're going to force us to have to do some kind of a number system or something. We're not going to crap on people that crap on deserve it, But no matter what, you're always going to be crying.
You just don't want it to be forced to something to where, a distinct group of guys, like, for example, staff or another league staff or staff from another league come in and vote. Like, you don't want that, man. So when you do something like that, you want to try to do as much as unbiased as possible because that would just it would be shitty. He gets lagged out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have bragging rights. I'm gonna have second all five. So don't feel like this year.
All right, look at you, man. Balling. Get them off.